It's a light day in the NBA, just 4 games on a Sunday. This year express tour through the association called the Fast Break. Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the Utah Jazz again, and KD.
As a little had me amazed how my steady hand kept it afloat. Let it sit, cool it hard, and hit the set, cool it heartless in front of the store projects. Long as I made a profit, I'll see you eyeing me.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
São Paris, São Paulo, França, Brasil. Aí, MSP, Laboratório Postado. É nóis. Assim,
os manos no posto, trampando a contragosto, feliz ou oposto. Aposto que sei da dureza, que é a tristeza deformando o seu rosto. Se calos falassem, talvez o mundo escutasse, olhar no impasse, olhasse, limpasse, brilhava vocês. Juro, pras minas no fronte, que dor pra contar tem de monte. É tipo uma fonte dela, de fronte ela sonha com um novo horizonte. Trancada na cela ou numa favela, medo é foda, gente.
One of you as we check out the scenic structures of downtown Dallas, Texas. We've got basketball action at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks, live on 2K Sports. For the Dallas Mavericks, they come in off the loss to the Cavs in Cleveland. They battled and battled, but could not pull it off at the end. Guys losing by just a single point.
I actually thought they might be able to sustain that momentum they picked up in the fourth quarter and grab the win. But it definitely proved anyone wrong who thought early on it wasn't possible. It was possible. It just didn't happen.
And I thought they might make it all the way back, too. You know, definitely made it for an exciting finish. They just came up a shot short.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. Setting the floor for the Warriors. He has the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut in at the center position.
And Chandler Parsons, boy, he can really give you a whole lot of everything. Length, quickness, skills, can shoot, pass, rebound, defend, the total package.
From 11 feet away, Felton the pass to Nowitzki. Warriors with the rebound. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And guys, that was their night. I mean, it seemed like everything they shot went in.
It happens that way sometimes, guys. It was just one of those games where the hot shooting of a couple of players became contagious, and nobody was stoppable.
Outside for Curry. Here's Thompson. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I had a chance to talk to head coach Rick Carlisle. These two teams tied through the first 2 games of the season series. I asked him what he thought were some of the keys going into this game and looking to take that lead. He said one of the things they had to account for is the shot blocking they'll face on the defensive interior. Guys, he said, we've got to be elusive. We'll see if they took it to heart.
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like the one they're facing today has certainly got their attention.
You know, you have to watch film on them for a few minutes to see how sturdy they are defensively.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no surprise they spent the bulk of their preparations getting their offensive game plan in place and ready to roll.
Here's Williams, following the basket by Stephen Curry.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And it's Thompson that time on the assist by Curry. And it's 6 points for Klay Thompson. The Mavericks have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Here's Williams. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. The Warriors leading. Nobody near Barnes. And another 3 for Golden State.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And they get it back. The game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut. Here's Curry. Can't hit, and it's Dallas the other way.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Here's Golden State. They're on an 11-2 run. Always seems the Mavs are able to compete for a title, Clark, but their window might be closing with some of their stars aging, namely Dirk Nowitzki.
You're exactly right, Kevin, because Dirk is the centerpiece of that franchise, has been for over a decade. They made the Rondo trade last year trying for a big finals run, but eventually they'll start to have to build for the future.
And here is Williams after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. And Parsons kicks to Williams. It's in. It's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
And when you look at the Mavs, they have always built through free agency, still tinkered with the roster this season to get into a position to compete. Not having any lottery picks for so long has hampered their youth and development.
Another miss by Curry.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
That's good.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Well, you know, with the Mavs making the playoffs so consistently, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Cuts both ways. They rarely have draft picks that help take the team to the next level, but they are in the playoffs, which is what every team wants to be part of.
And Dallas going with the whole new group out there. Different look here for the Warriors. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Draymond Green. Rush comes in for Harrison Barnes. Clark, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. 1:32 left in the first quarter. And that one's good.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter.
Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Livingston. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken, Clark, 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Now here's Barea. 17 points for him last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Rush outside. It's good. And he makes his first shot of the game.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it? Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart. And for Livingston, last season with the Warriors was a dream. He got to back up Steph, so he got to play against second stringers, and we got to see flashes of his dominant traits again. What a happy ending for him.
Warriors leading by 10. Pick by Verejao. Up in time. No good on the buzzer beater. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. And Dirk Nowitzki still remembers the Mavs 2011 championship. He said he'd love to get one more.
I mean, that 11th season I'll never forget. But
one's definitely not enough for Dirk. He's been to the mountaintop and he wants more. Another trip there would be terrific for him. He's been to the finals twice.
Yeah, and you heard him. It was like the whole city was having one big party all summer long because they were there. How could you not want to have that experience once again?
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Warriors?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. Steph Curry's out there with Barbosa. Then there's Maurice Spates. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Green in at the 4 slot.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Barea kicks to Pachulia. Pass to Parsons. Stolen by Thompson. To the inside. Here's Curry. And Pachulia pulls it down.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
And the basket by Harris.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
And guys, over the last 2 seasons, Devin Harris has been a backup point guard, but one could argue that he's outperformed the guys that are directly ahead of him.
That's exactly right, Kevin. I mean, Harris came back to the team that he started his career with to be a support player, but injuries, trades, and generally poor fits elevated Harris's importance to the team.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Pachulia. Matthews comes in for Lee. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Harris. And Deron Williams is subbed in for J.J. Barea.
You know, getting back to Devin Harris, he can really help you. But you want to do one thing, limit his minutes. 11 full seasons under his belt. Slender in build. It's best to play him around half the game if you can.
And again, no good by Golden State. Mavericks trail by 10. Matthews goes in. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Matthews has got his first bucket in this one.
You know, talking about the veteran Harris, his quickness was still apparent last season, and his skill set was a good fit for Coach Carlisle's flow offense. I mean, this guy's been around a long time, and there are very few that are quicker than him with the ball.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
Barnes, he's checked in for Golden State. Here's Felton. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Felton's got his second basket of the night.
The offense has a better flow, and it actually looks better here in the second quarter.
It does. They're playing with a little bit more bounce in their step and trying to close this gap. And Curry in his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system. But you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaways.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Fires the three, and that one's good. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
And, you know, Curry knew turnovers were a problem. How about his mom even instituted a fine on him? And so anytime he has more than 3 in a game, he owes his mom $100 per turnover.
Dallas calls timeout. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, I remember last time they met up, they just got ran out of the building. They weren't too happy with some of the calls in that game either.
Well, they felt they were called on far too many little nickel-dime fouls, little touch fouls. It ended up resulting in a lot of foul trouble for their starters, though.
Got freed up. Nice work off the bench. 5 points in the game.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
From outside the arc, and another 3 for Golden State.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often. Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gates, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
And the Warriors with some changes. Brandon Rush, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Ian Clark comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Here is Williams. He's got 10. He kicks it to Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. Matthews goes in, and it's denied.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, energy has been the difference, and they're fighting for every loose ball and getting as good as they get on the inside.
Pass to Parsons. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. From deep. But they'll get another chance. And the Warriors miss again. Here's Williams. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And again, no good by Golden State.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Rush with the steal. And the call will be against Chandler Parsons. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Then for the Warriors, Varejao comes in for Andrew Bogut. And Spates subbed in for Barnes. Mavericks trailed by 5. Barea dishes to Anderson. Off the mark and a bad shot there. The Warriors shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Livingston, no luck.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that. out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
Screen by Lee. Pachulia inside. Verajao on it. And that one's good.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Shot to end this cold run. Misses off the right iron.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
With 4 seconds on the clock, and he gets it to go. Now just a 1-point Warrior lead.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Warriors ahead, up by 1. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sidelines. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with David Lee. And David, you're back at home now after that road trip. Do you guys feel in sync?
Yeah, it took a minute to get our breath out there, so it's good to be back playing the ball in front of our fans and everything like that.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille. Golden State did not hesitate to set the pace. They led by as many as 12 points, fueled by tough. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
And the threes, they just drop for him consistently. He was in a zone in that first half.
I'll say, I mean, this couldn't have been a more productive day for him.